Mistake number 4 is developing products that don't solve an urgent and expensive problem. So, have you ever heard of the term FOMO? FOMO stands for fear of missing out. Letting FOMO guide new product investment decisions is a major mistake that I see companies make. And technology is a huge FOMO generator. Whether it's virtual reality, using machine learning, or developing another marketplace platform, the price you pay for letting FOMO guide your product decisions can be high, both in dollars and in wasting valuable resources that should go elsewhere. So that's why it's so important before developing a new product, especially one out of FOMO, that you know if your product solves an urgent and expensive customer problem. The most successful products are ones that solve an urgent and expensive customer problem. So, what is an urgent and expensive customer problem? If a customer problem is urgent, the customer needs to solve the problem within this calendar year. If a customer problem is expensive, the customer would allocate budget or dedicated resources towards solving this problem. So to determine what is an urgent and expensive problem, you'll need to do research on the problems your customers are facing. And I recommend doing this using a hypothesis-based research approach. Step 1 of this approach is to develop hypotheses to test, such as what problems do customers have, what makes those problems urgent, what makes them expensive, which customer segments have these problems, how are they solving these problems now, how could your potential product solve the problem better, faster, cheaper. Then create an Uber hypothesis that states the problem and how you expect your product to solve the problem. It should look something like this. I believe, insert target market, will do this action or use this solution for this reason. Because I believe this is a problem, if I do this solution, I expect, insert result, to happen. Step 2 of taking a hypothesis-based research approach is to develop a testing plan. And this can be done through customer and prospect interviews, surveys, even advisory boards, or online data analysis. You may also need to do some competitive research to understand your competitors' strengths and weaknesses, perhaps how they market their products, what their growth strategy is, and their overall company health. And all of this will help you identify how much of a threat those competitors pose to the success of your idea. And then step 3 of this research approach is to test your hypotheses with your target customers, objectively review your results, and then evolve your ideas. Now, this process can feel tedious when you're anxious to get a product out to your customers, but I promise you, a little bit of research will save you time in the long run because you're focused on making sure your customers will actually buy your product before you begin developing something that they might not need. So now I'd like you to go to your workbook and begin to work on your hypothesis using the space provided for you. After you've completed that step, list the problems that you think your target market is trying to solve, and then identify some of the ways that you plan to test your hypothesis.